Speaking of food, let's talk Chipotle hitting an all-time high today after Goldman Sachs initiated the company with a buyer rating a $1,000 price target, the highest on the street. And adding it to the conviction buy list, it is our call of the day here. Remember last week, the CEO of Chipotle sort of bad-mouthed Beyond Meat, saying it's too highly processed in order to live, to jive with the principles of clean food, et cetera. I don't know. What do you, how can we get our head around the valuation for
Listen
Chipotle?
to Kate Rogers with a fantastic report this morning.
Oh, yes, with all the CEOs that have done very well.
Yeah, and I think that these are inventive people who understand digitization. These are all people who must have listened to Mark Benioff. By the way, October 15th, Benioff's Trailblazer book comes out, and I think it's going to be good. But I do believe that all these guys have figured, Kevin Johnson, 2% of the comp of the 7 is digital. These guys all have gotten digital religion, and why I like the Goldman call is that the guy who's least far along is Nickel at Chipotle. So there's a big runway.
In the Goldman call also, they talked about this is one of the few sectors in the market that cannot be encroached by Amazon. And I thought that was interesting. So they get the benefits in terms of technology and digitization that Jim was talking about, cost savings, but they're not going to be displaced by Amazon.
Well, face it, Mel, if they hadn't had a couple of those missteps with some of the food along the way, yes. But it's in some ways perhaps even similar to Boeing. They needed to get out in front of this better than they did at that time. To Jim's point.
And then Nickel did. Look at the bottom in February, the same month that he joined. Nickel, totally transparent.
He sure did.
Didn't badmouth people. Basically said we got a brand new.
Oh,
Chipotle.
So it's the parallel that Muhlenberg has to go.
Yes. Nailed it. Nailed it.
This industry is in the sweet spot, though. The Goldman note, it's a very good note, by the way. It talks about the impact of low gas prices. It talks about the wage effect.
Yes.
It talks about third-party promotion. Talks about the impact of Uber Eats. Talks about DoorDash. Talks about Grubhub and how that's benefiting these companies. So clearly, Chipotle is the surprise, because I think it's out of consensus to believe that this stock could recover and go back to 1,000. There's other names that are talked about in there. Wingstop, which is ticker symbol WING.
Which I love.
I think that company does well. I think the one question with the industry is it still recession-proof? And I think that's where you kind of have to ask the question, because if third-party promotions are working, at what point do the consumers not want to pay more than the $5 or $6 to get that delivery, especially if the economy goes into
This
contraction?
is the big tug of war. We own a bar San Miguel in Brooklyn. We fought delivery. We fought it because we are a tavern. We want people to come in and drink. But you know what? We had to see to it. Yeah, we had to bring in caviar, which is square. We just had to surrender because these millennials will not get off the couch, playing whatever video game, watching Netflix, having a beer. I hate them.
Wow.
They're hateable.
Wow.
They're totally plus they're younger than me.
So Dennis Muhlenberg has to go, and you hate millennials.
No, he doesn't have to go. He has to be open. Dennis has got to give us every. It's like kind of like with Trump and the emails, so to speak.
Let's talk in a year on Boeing and Muhlenberg.
In a year, you're fine. In a year, because that's all.
We'll reconvene in a year.